What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another holiday reaction, and ultimately a reaction that I was going through in my regular reactions, which is to say we're going back to White Xmas Lies by Magne F. Shout out to all of the AHA family for your patience. I really do appreciate it. There's just a number of things that I had been talking about doing for the holiday season for a long time, and I've just needed the time to make sure that I follow through on them. I have pretty much everything in order, and of course one of those things is the AHA holiday or the AHA movie reaction, which I planned on doing for the holidays. That will be airing probably a day or two after Christmas. That's the plan, so that is coming very soon. My plan is, I think I can schedule an appearance of a video on Patreon, and I can make it public, so I will try to, again, continue to provide benefits for people who are like paid members on Patreon. I really do appreciate you, but given how many people have been talking about this and have looked forward to talking about it when I do a watch along for some time, I am going to make that video public. And also, again, I think I can set up a premiere time, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do in that regard. I've been talking to Jeff about it a little bit. I've been thinking about when, because I'm aware most people in the AHA family are in Europe, whether we're talking, the UK or other parts of Europe. So ultimately, it will be a bit of a challenge to find a time that works for most people, never mind everybody, but I'll do what I can. Either way, that is coming, and while we're still going through holiday music, it felt fair, as I was talking to Sophia, to continue through Mag's album White Xmas Lies. And the next tune, is it A Wintry Silence or just Wintry Silence? Yeah, A Wintry Silence. So wintry, of or during winter, silence, it's, I suppose, interpreted in different ways, and given the nature of this album, I'm thinking interpersonal silence, I'm thinking emotional silence. But ultimately, people will talk about when snow is falling, it's like this really odd, like quiet, whereas, if it's raining heavily, it's a very loud sound. So I suppose it could be atmospheric in a literal sense, but also mentally or psychologically. Either way, the tone of the title fits very much into the themes that have been explored now in multiple iterations and at length over the course of the album. It feels very much in that vein. Let's find out what Mags does with it. This is Magne F. The tune is A Wintry Silence, and it's from the 2019 album White Xmas Lies. Oof, heavy. Confusion about the past and the future.
Silences between us have solidified a scorn. With every Christmas rose we have, the heart has grown a thorn. Oh. And we For every Christmas rose we had, our hearts had grown a thorn. Silences between us have solidified a score.
Another cool tune from Mags that I think just taps into, or rather that speaks to the way his music really just taps into like a very tender emotional quality. Though it's interesting because in this one the sonics had a very tender soft feel, but they also had a darker turn, a darker streak in a couple moments in the progression of the sonics. So it's a tune that like felt tender like the emotional overall content of his songs, but like this album, and indeed I think like this tune lyrically, at least in regard to what I caught, it has a bit of a darkness, a bit of a, darker underbelly, a bit of a, harder reality as it relates to expectations and popular notions or understandings of feelings and holidays and experiences. So yeah, it manages to be both tender and delicate like a lot of his music, but it has this, this shadow coming across people's faces, which I feel like was, part of the imagery in one section of the song. But yeah, lyrically, it's like he's saying that, things aren't, we'll pretend that things are in place, or that, we know everything is as it should be, which, the implication there is that it's very much not, and perhaps if two people are pretending, it could relate to a relationship, but it could just relate to, what it's like to be a human, and maybe specifically in the holidays. But we're also saying that, like, I forget exactly what the phrasing was, but it was something about like not understanding, things that had happened, the past, but also not knowing what to expect or predict, and that's, a lack of clarity or an opacity for the future. So it's, if you don't know exactly what's happened, then you're not likely to know exactly where you're going, and on some level, even if literally you have some sense of locationally relative to other things where you are, you don't really know, your direction or indeed your location. So it feels, unanchored or unmoored, but that could be, more like conceptually, or, specifically in regard to like not knowing where you stand with someone, or, what you feel when you go through the holidays. So I heard bits and pieces that make it sound, again, imperfect, like, hurt or broken, or not living up to the popular ideals related to whether it's relationships, or specifically relationships during holidays and emotions at holidays. But yeah, like I said, I do enjoy his vocal delivery as well, which, it had that vulnerable, fragile quality to it, a bit more than the like scratchy, kind of curmudgeon-y sound. Although again, as I hear some tunes in his later work in this, album from the last few years, there's some tracks where, again, he feels a bit closer to his, older voice. Some tunes where it does sound a bit like older Mags. This one sounded a bit older Mags, but still had that vulnerable quality that, tunes from earlier albums that I've been going through have. In any case, I will stop wasting your time, but once again, big shout out to the AHA family. I appreciate the patience. We will get back to regular reactions soon. I have a standalone video about this, but to briefly mention, my plan is to focus now in the next few days on the holiday videos I have coming, one of which is the AHA movie watch along, which, like I said, maybe Boxing Day, maybe the day after that is where I plan on getting to that, and indeed, that'll be right around the time I get back to the regular music reactions, and I'll make sure to have an AHA one early on. So do let me know what you think of this, and I beg for just a little bit more patience, as well as looking forward to the holidays and some of the special videos I have coming. So in any case, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.